Let me tell you something that might blow your mind. One of the most iconic photographers of our time, Steve McCurry, carries around just one lens, one camera body, and a handful of batteries. No bags. No complicated setups. Just a 24 to 90mm zoom, and a pocket full of memory cards. This isn't some gimmick. It's a radical simplification of a craft that's often obsessed with gear. And honestly, it makes me wonder, how much of our creativity is actually bogged down by the tools we think we need? You know McCurry from that haunting green-eyed Afghan girl, right? That image alone has defined a generation's view of photography. But here's what's fascinating, he's still shooting today, at 76, with a setup that's stripped back to its bare essentials. He's not chasing the latest tech, or the biggest lens. Instead, he's focused on what really matters, making prints that scream with clarity and emotion. And if you think about it, that's a pretty bold statement in an industry that sells us the idea that more gear equals better art. Now, let's talk about that Leica Vario Elmarit SL 24 to 90mm lens. McCurry didn't just switch to Leica because of brand prestige. He did a rigorous test, comparing it to his Nikon setup. What stood out to him? The sharpness, the resolution, the way it translates to prints. And here's what I find wild, he's not trying to replicate the film look of Kodachrome, which he once loved. Instead, he's after something more elusive, truth in the image. The story, the emotion, the raw feeling that jumps off the page. That's not just technical, it's philosophical. It's saying, I don't need nostalgia to make something timeless. But let's dig deeper. Why does he carry nothing but a single lens? It's not just about convenience, it's about focus. When you limit yourself to one tool, you force creativity into a tighter space. Think about how many photographers I've seen get stuck in a rut, swapping lenses like they are trying to find the right one. McCurry's approach is the opposite, he's mastered the lens he has, and that mastery becomes his signature. It's like a painter choosing one brush and making it sing. And honestly, that's a lesson for all of us. How often do we complicate our work with options when simplicity could be the key? What's even more intriguing is his obsession with print quality. He prints every day, for books, exhibitions, stuff that needs to hang on a wall and command attention. That's where the real test happens. A lens that looks good on a screen might fall flat when blown up to life size. McCurry's choice isn't just about capturing a moment, it's about ensuring that moment can survive in the physical world. It's a reminder that digital photography, for all its convenience, still needs to translate to tangible art. And here's the kicker, he doesn't care about trends. No chasing the film aesthetic, or the latest Instagram filters. He's after authenticity. In a world where everyone's trying to make their photos look vintage, or cinematic, McCurry's approach is refreshingly direct. It's not about the color, it's about the story. That's what makes his work resonate across decades. So, what does this all mean for the rest of us? Maybe it's time to ask ourselves, are we using our tools to create, or are we letting our tools create for us? McCurry's setup isn't just about efficiency, it's a rebellion against the idea that more is better. And if there's one thing I take away from his story, it's this: sometimes, the best way to make something extraordinary is to strip it down to the essentials. What would happen if you tried that with your own work? Let me know in the comments, because honestly, I'm curious to hear what you think.